I've thought for a while about getting myself a large Bowie knife, and it needed to be carbon steel and preferably made in the United States, and it had to have a thick blade. And the only Bowie knife that I had was this one, Marbles. Now I like this one, and it was cheap, you know. It's not made in the United States, it's made in El Salvador. But I have several of the Marbles machete line of knives. And it was cheap. It was like $15. It is carbon steel. As you can see though, it's a thin blade. And it's still useful. But I like it a lot. But I wanted something something heavier too. And I remember back in the 80s, I guess. 80s or early 90s, something like that, when the Cold Steel Trailmaster Bowie came out, and it was a large Bowie that was made of the carbon V steel. And that was steel that was made by Camillus, and then Camillus went out of business, and that steel ceased to exist, and they replaced it with something else. So anyway, the Trailmaster, I never did get one. For one thing, they're too expensive. They were too expensive then, and they're certainly too expensive now, and I don't know if they even make it in carbon steel anymore. If they made one in their SP5, I like that steel pretty well. But I don't know if they even make it in that. But at any rate, SP5 is I think it's a Chinese steel, but it is a good steel. Anyway, but for a long time I've been a fan of Ontario knives. And I recently heard that Ontario Knife Company has been sold out. Has been sold. Some company has bought it, but in my experience, when that happens, you end up then with something made in China replacing it. And they maybe even discontinue the carbon steel stuff because stainless steel sells better. And when I heard this, I've got some of the old hickory kitchen knives, and I bought a couple more of those because I like those. They're made of the 1095 steel, made in America. And but I had looked at these Spec Plus Ontario knives in the past, and they're also made of 1095 steel, high carbon steel, and they're made in the United States, like most of the Ontario knives. See, it says made in USA right there on the end. This one was made in December 2022. So anyway, when I heard that Ontario Knife Company had been sold, I decided I better get one of these, or get some more Ontario knives while they still existed from the old stock and before the price started going up. So I did that, and I got a couple more of the kitchen knives, and I got this. "10-inch blade," or 10.5 or something like that. Full tang construction. SP5 survival Bowie. And you can tell it's got a nice thick spine. This edge is not sharpened, which is good. I don't want it to be. It is on my marbles. Let's compare the size of it to the marbles. Yeah, pretty much the same size. So that's a good addition to the collection, because it's the same size Bowie but with a much thicker blade. In a later video I will probably test it in the outdoors and see how well it performs. Till then, thanks for watching.